Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working step by step through the ABRSM Theory Grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for the exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're in the room on exam day working through your paper. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. And so now we're going to complete this paper C of the Grade 4 2017 practice papers. So if you turn with me to page 16, we'll press on and have a go at question 5. If you haven't done so already, just have a crack at that. And it's just a matter of counting out from a familiar place. So let's have a look at through these together now. So we're in treble clef here. We need to just name the note as simple as they've shown us. So in the treble clef, this is really kind of outside of the range that you perhaps might know. And so if you count down an octave, including this note, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, takes you there. We'll go in step 1, 2, line space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on an E, so we know that we're on E, an octave higher, and it's a double flat. So E double flat. There we go. So let's move on to the next one. So now we're in alto clef, and so we'll just remember that this is middle C here. So let's count up an octave. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. We're one step above that middle C. So we've gone C, D. We know this is D, an octave lower, and it's D flat. I'm going to write the word out in full rather than using the symbol, just because they've done so, and so I will follow their lead. Let's just count down now from here, an octave down. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 takes us to here. If we work out from the C, that's a C, E, G, and then it's a double sharp. So we've got G, double sharp. There we go. So here, this is bass clef, this is middle C here. So that's a D sharp, although if you're not sure, if you don't feel comfortable starting from that point, we know that it's good boys deserve football always. A, B, C, D, and just count it up from there. So D sharp. Don't forget the accidental and lose marks there, just make sure you include all the details. And so let's count up the octave. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 to the space. That's an A, all cows eat grass. And so we know that's an A flat. Alternatively, you could count backwards from a place that you know, but it's quite a long way to count, so I prefer to do it counting the octaves there. There we go. Well, that's that question soon done. Let's turn over the page, and we're now going to page 17. Question 6. So we're asked to transpose this melody down an octave, so we're changing the pitch and we're changing the clef to the bass clef as shown. However, we still need to keep middle C as our anchor point to make sure that we don't end up in the wrong octave or go the wrong way. So middle C is here in the treble clef, middle C is here in the bass clef. It's as if they meet in the middle. The treble comes down, the bass comes up to meet in the middle. So this at the moment is the G above middle C, 1, 3, 5 above middle C, and so we need the G below middle C. So C, B, A, G starts us here. So let's just move those lines now we've thought about them. So So you rub that out. And so that's our starting point, and we just take it from there. So down a third to the E. And then here we're going 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 up an octave. So we're actually now going to above middle C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the ledger line, 7, 8 is the next ledger line, and there's C, D, E. That's correct. Up a step. I'm not bothering with the stems yet. Let's just keep a mind on this. We can worry about stems afterwards. So up another step will mean we'll need another ledger line, and then we're going down a big jump now. 1, 3, 5, 6. 1, 3, 5, 6 takes us to the B, just below middle C. Up a third, we need another ledger line. You can see why we change clef, because if it keeps going higher, we're going to need loads of ledger lines. So down a step takes us to middle C. We're actually on C now, and that's correct. Up a step, so we'll need another ledger line. Down 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, down an octave, and that should take us to here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. So that's right. It's just a way of double checking we've not gone wrong anywhere. 1, 3, 4, up a fourth to the A. We need the A again. We'll need the tie, but we'll worry about that when we know where the stems are going. Up a step. Up a step should take us to middle C again. That's correct. We're on the same note. Down a fifth. 1, 3, 5 to the F. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4 to the B. We'll worry about the ties and stems afterwards. So that's going to be the same note tied, so just don't lose track where you are. Up a step to the C, back down a step, down a step, down a step, up a third. 1, 2, 3, space to space. 1, 3, 4. So 1, 2 is ledger line, 3, 4 is the second ledger line. Up a step, and then up a step again to 3 ledger lines, and we can just double check that because we had 3 ledger lines there. So you can see we've got E, F, G here, E, F, G here, so we know we're right. So now let's pop the stems in. So it's all so high, it's all above the middle line, and so it's going to be stems down all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, they can be beamed together. By all means, use a ruler. Perhaps I should have done so. More haste, less speed. Let's just keep that nice and tidy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 beams. Stems. So this is the easy bit. We've done all the thinking now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just slightly slanting downwards to show the overall direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't quite meet there. Let's just rub that little bit out. There we go. Nearly there. Another beam, and then finish with just a stem. There we go. So the last thing we've got to do is add these ties, and now that we know the stems are coming down, we know that the tie can go over the top. I've just realised I missed some stems there. So just have a quick glance through to make sure you got your bits and bobs in place. And there we go, job done. Marvellous. So last question, we're on to the harmony question, the chords, the triads. This is one of my fave questions, so let's have a crack at this. So I always suggest that you map out your options straight away and then all the thinking's done. The key is A major. We need to be looking for 1, 4 and 5. So let's look at 1, 4 and 5. So if you find it difficult counting, you can always refer to your piano keyboard. So chord 1 of course is A. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is D, 5 is E. And then we need to choose our triads. First, third, fifth, A, C, E, D, F, A, E, G, B. That's all the thinking done now. So if you haven't done so already, have a go and try naming these chords here. So the first chord, we've got an A, a C, an E and an A. That's all the notes of the tonic or chord 1. You could say either of those, just the 1 will suffice. The Roman numeral 1. Here we have a D, an A, an F, a D. That's chord 4. Or of course you could say the subdominant. I'd just get used to writing the numerals really. And then chord 3, we've got an E, a G, an E and a B. That's chord 5 or the dominant. So that's easy peasy. Let's move on. We've just got to extend our thinking a little bit here. However, the principle is the same. First of all, we need to write the key signatures and then we need to add the triad that they've named. So first of all, A flat major. So the key signature for A flat major is 4 flats, B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. I would always have your circle of fifths, all of your keys, major and minor, written on a piece of paper before you even start an exam paper, even on exam day. That way you've only got to think of it once. So in A flat major, of course, chord 1 is beginning on A flat, so we need to find out what chord 5 begins on. So let's count up from A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's E flat. And we want the first, the third and the fifth. However, it is E flat, G flat, B flat, but you don't need to bother with that because your key signature takes care of it. So we just need to write in E, G, B and the key signature will deal with anything else. So first, there's our first, third, fifth. And actually, once you've got your first note, you hardly even need to bother with those because you know it goes line, 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 or space, 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 just building your triad. So we can do that even quicker, really, now you know what's going on. So B major has a key signature of 5 sharps. F, C, G, D, A. This little poem, you can remember the order: 5 cats go down Anne, and then the sentence makes a bit more sense as you finish with the last sharps. Or make your own poem up, whatever helps. As daft as you can make it, the more bizarre it is, the more easily you will remember it. So in B major, the tonic of course begins on B, and so we just need to find a note B. Good boys. There's our first note of the triad: first, third, oh, I'm going wonky today, fifth. There we go. So then let's think about this one. So the key signature for C sharp minor is related to E major, so that would be 4 sharps. We've got to position this in the alto clef: C, D, E, F, C, G, D. Now C sharp minor begins with the tonic of C sharp. Let's count up 4 from that for the subdominant. 1, 2, 3, 4 takes us to F sharp. So chord 4 begins on F sharp. So I think I'm going to count backwards. Well, actually, we know that the triad is F, A, C. The key signature will deal with all the sharps, but you don't have to worry about that. And so we know the top note is C sharp. So actually here's C. If you're not very happy with this clef, we know that's a C. So C, if we go backwards, we've got C, B, C, A, F there. Let's just double check that. C, B, A, G, F, F, A, C. So because we know it ends on C, the job's done for us straight away. There we go. Well, that's the end of that paper. I do hope that that's been helpful to you. I hope that you're enjoying it. I certainly am enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really encouraging. That would be fab. Please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And please also do visit sharonbill.com to make use of all of the resource and information that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.